Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Long. Krista from JJ's Helping Paws in studio with me this morning. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning.
Good morning. Lots of things happening over JJ's.
Yeah, it's been such a busy month.
Huge.
I feel like I say that every month, and then every month it gets more busy.
It gets more busy, yeah, exactly.
For sure.
But you had a TNR clinic, and we're going to have somebody calling in here after a bit to kind of talk a little bit. You want to wait, and we'll talk about the other things first and have...
Yeah, that
okay,
sounds
let's do
perfect.
that.
Yeah.
So anyway, you got a couple things coming up. You have, we'll get to these things individually. You have a garage sale, of course, the 10th anniversary.
We had that, yep.
Which is huge. Yep. And then dog and cat clinics. So let's talk about the garage sale, 'cause that sounds like
that was our, we had that the 26th of October. Feels like forever ago, and it was a massive amount of work. The community donated so many items. It was unreal to go and see what we had, but we had a fantastic turnout.
Good.
And then on top of that, I mean, we sold a ton of things, and everything we didn't, we went ahead and donated to the community.
Okay, good.
But we had an anonymous donor match our sales for the garage sale, which was huge. So many kitties. Yeah, so many kitties are going to be helped from that. And dogs, obviously. We have you mentioned a dog clinic coming up, and those funds go to all of our programs. So that's 100%, you know, we're nonprofit. So every penny that was raised at the garage sale, and we had quite a few donate canned goods as well, because we had a cat food drive. And then we had some just say, you know what, my total's $5, here's $45 to donate to the animals. And so it was fantastic. The community really rallied, and you know, it was a one-day event, but it felt like 40 plus hours of setup, and then months, like probably 4 months of sorting items and pricing items. And, you know, it was a lot of fun for our community.
As long as it's worthwhile. Yeah,
and to get to meet some of the faces that we see and that we've supported in the past, and to hear how their animals are doing. It was a great event.
Well, I'm glad to hear it was successful.
Won't have another one for 2 years, though, so we will let the community know, because we have quite a few asking, when are you going to be accepting new items? We'll get to that, and we'll probably announce that on our website as well as our Facebook. So
there we go.
Yeah.
And 10th anniversary coming up.
This month? Yep. We actually are going to be celebrating it as a team next month, but we, 10 years we've been helping.
Wow.
And, we have some of the stats, you know, that we'll be sharing as we get them all for this year coming up. But every year it just seems to get better and better.
Yeah.
And you know, in the beginning we didn't really track the stats, you know, those first 4 years.
Well, it's kind of tough when you get something going just to sit down and get that kind of detail.
Exactly.
You're trying to worry about other stuff. I mean, it's important, don't get me wrong, but
But we've, you know, we've expanded on our programs, and we've, you know, had volunteers that have been from the beginning, and we have some that, you know, come and go, and it's a season, and we love it. Right now, what we have, you know, working together between our senior to senior program, where we match up elderly kitties that maybe have been surrendered, or their owners, they had one lifetime owner that's now passed away or had to go into a home. So we try to partner them up. So that's one of ours. Also our Uber Kitty program, which is where we take pretty much non-feral cats that are surrendered, and then we also take in kittens that we deem as potentially socializable, I guess is the word for it.
The vast majority of those are. It just takes some time.
Yeah, so we have one right now, and the mom is super friendly, but her 5 kittens are spicy as they come. And so we were able to get them all TNR'd, which means they're old enough and heavy enough. They won't TNR them if they're not at least 2 pounds. And so last clinic that we had, that we're going to talk about momentarily, we had quite a few kittens, because it was the height of kitten season. This time, they were all a little bit older kittens that we were able to go ahead and get spayed or neutered, and we're going to try to work with them. But because they're at that age, they're a little, you know, past that 4-month mark, they get a little more difficult each month, probably each week, because they just haven't been around humans, and so it's a tougher job. But we're working on them.
Everything.
Yep. So then, if we can make that happen, then we would either try to adopt them here locally, or we would transfer them to one of our partners, and they get adopted pretty much within a day.
Yeah.
I saw some
pictures. There's a lot of them that were really cute.
And we've had you know, quite a few recently that have been able to transfer, and we could not move and help the cats that we do without those partners. So we're super thankful for them. And you know, they're usually in bigger population cities, so that there's more eyes on these kitties than what we have here locally. But we have had quite a few. Socks was officially adopted.
Good.
Yep. So he's out of there. Riley was another one that we talked about with that massive
had
a bump on his lip.
Yeah.
He's also been adopted now.
Nice.
And that's all through our Uber Kitty program. So we have that one. And then, you know, our TNR clinics, in partnership with the feral feeding programs that we have. We do all of that, and then, you know, just all the other things that we're trying to do to help these kitties. And we just get calls, probably 10 calls a day, for cats that they've found under their home or in their shed, or they were abandoned. And it's just, it's an ever-going process for us, but we're super grateful for what we've been able to accomplish in these 10 years.
And again, you've got dog and cat clinics.
Yep.
Let's talk, because we're just talking about cats. Let's just do the cat clinic, and then we'll come back to the dog one.
So we had one, gosh, I can't even keep my dates straight. We had one in October with Eskridge Veterinary Clinic, and then we also had one in October with 4 Mile. And that was an amazing experience, just because the more vets we have, the more cats we can help, obviously. We have another one coming up with 4 Mile. I believe it's this week. And we'll probably knock out 25 to 30 kitties in a day, getting them fixed up. And those types of clinics are typically pet clinics.
Right.
Like this weekend, we have a dog clinic coming up specifically for male dogs.
Don't want to let them slide. Dogs are okay too.
Well, you know, just like we've talked about before, they take more space and more time, and so we're super thankful for Fremont Veterinary Hospital.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk with Marcia, because I think she's still on the phone with us.
Let me see if
I think she's still there. All right, we'll double check, and when we come back, we'll talk more. We have on the phone, however, introduced this young lady that we're going to be talking to.
Yeah, this is Marcia, our TNR director, and she was instrumental in helping with this past weekend's massive operation that we had. It was a partnership with Wild Blue, and she just, I can't even imagine all the details and all the balls she was juggling, but Marcia.
Hi, Marcia, how are you?
Hi, great. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. So let's tell everybody what a success that was.
Oh, it was awesome. We were able to trap, spay, neuter, vaccinate 115 kitties in Fremont County, get them back to their homes in great shape, and we're just over the moon about how successful it was.
That is incredible. Was this one of the bigger ones you've had there that you can remember, or about average?
No, this is the biggest one that we've had. We had another event in August, and I think we did about 80 or 90 cats at that time. Do you remember, Kristen?
It was around 78. I think it was 78.
Yeah, but this one was even bigger. We had a few more folks from Wild Blue Cats come down and help us with trapping. And we had, I just want to shout out to our volunteers with JJ's Helping Paws. Everybody really stepped up, and we had something like 25 volunteers come in over the course of, well, it was actually 3 days, because the day before we had to do the trapping and get set up at our shelter for the cat care and for staging. And Wild Blue brought their surgical van. They have an RV that's a kind of a surgical van on wheels that they set up in our parking lot. And we had folks transferring cats in and out. We had people taking care of the cats before and after surgery, feeding, like I said, trapping. And there's always the cleaning activities like washing traps and doing laundry and things like that. So it was a great operation, and I'm just so proud of everybody.
Yeah, it takes a lot of folks to get all this stuff done. Again, it's not just it just takes a bunch of folks. If you want to do it right, it takes a bunch of folks, and it sounds like you got a great bunch of volunteers to help you out with that, which is outstanding.
We do, yes. Can't say how proud I am of everybody, and everybody got some great experience with how surgeries are done. We had folks helping sterilize equipment, and it was a wonderful operation. And we're ready to do it again.
You want another 100 plus?
I hope so.
Well, I think
there are plenty of cats in Fremont County to take care of. So,
well, we keep hitting it if you keep hitting it like that, we're going to see a substantial reduction in the amount of just feral cats out here. So, which is good.
Yes, definitely. They're healthier after getting spayed and neutered. We're not going to be having as big of a kitten season, hopefully, in the spring. The males will not, be ruled by their hormones with, spraying and mating and fighting and things like that. So, in addition to the health of the cats, we're not going to have a lot more litters in the spring, and we're hoping to see some results soon.
Even better. Well, we appreciate it, and thank you for all your hard work.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us on.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Big success, which is exactly what we want to see.
Yes. I'd love to, if I could.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
I'd also love to really shout out Wild Blue Cats. They're the ones that came down from Black Forest, and it's a rescue up there as well, and they have a barn cat program. I guess I can take this off now.
Yeah, you can. I would leave it on with everybody.
So that was incredible for that doctor to come down and almost perform 60 surgeries in a day, and 2 days back to back. And so that was huge for us, their expertise and just their skill and their everything. They've been doing this for a while. We also wanted to thank the Bergen Spay and Neuter Alliance because they loaned us additional traps. We probably could have done more cats, but we ran out of traps.
Wow.
So that's
not a good thing, though.
Yep, so we were thankful for them. And then also we had a Canyon City community grant, the Fremont County Women Who Care, and then a private donor funded all of this for us. Yeah, so we want to say thanks to them. And then also the colony managers. They were so excited to get their kitties back. I mean, they may be outdoor cats, and they may not sit on their lap and purr and let them love on them, but they do care about these cats, and they were excited to get them all back. So they've all now been released. The smaller ones we're going to, try to socialize and then get into homes.
Yeah, I had one. It was a barn kitty. And, I can tell you, they're a passel full of ugly.
They sure can be.
For the size, they pack the little boogers pack a wallop.
Yep.
But again, it was we put the cat in a room, and of course it was always hiding. And then more you go in there, and it took a long time, but
it really
really came around.
Yep. And they can end up being the sweetest because it's almost like they know you saved them.
Yeah.
Where other cats that have always been in a home, born in a home, they're just they don't know to be
cats
faithful.
are like, I don't care. Just feed me and be on your way, human.
On that note, how you had that experience, I have one right now that I'm fostering, and his name is Juan. He was found in one of those situations where an elderly man that had been taking care of them. He had indoor cats and outdoor cats.
Oh wow.
Juan is one of 11 that were outdoor cats that were starving, and they had no one taking care of them, and so we got some of them in and a few of them are caught earlier, more social. Juan was one of the later ones, and he would do nothing but hiss, and now all of his siblings have either transferred or been adopted, or we have one that's a medical that's with another foster, so he was left alone, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to take him home. I don't know how my cats are going to do with this, but he's coming around. Like this morning, he wanted to play with me, and he's coming for affection. And you're exactly right.
Though.
He hid under the bed for 2 days straight, and then hid in a cubby for another couple days. I've had him since last Sunday, and it's such a joy to see the transformation that can come with these kinds of cats.
When they finally figure out you're not the enemy.
Yep.
It worked. It's an absolute huge change.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take another break. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back to Morning Line. Krista from JJ's Helping Paws in studio with me. I'm going to kind of recap stuff that is coming up. So if you didn't have your pen and paper ready, get it ready because here we go.
Yep. So we have our upcoming clinic this weekend for male dogs only, and that's going to be with the Fremont Veterinary Hospital with Dr. Ashley Metcalf. She is volunteering all of her time. That staff is going to be helping us this coming Saturday. We filled every single one of our 35 slots. And we now have a wait list. And so if this one goes over well and everyone shows up as they're supposed to, we may be able to wrangle another one in the future.
Yeah, good idea.
So that's that. Then we also have a cat one coming up, a kitty one, and that one's going to be with 4 Mile and all those spots are also booked.
Mm-hmm.
And then right now, our biggest need is we need Meow Mix.
Okay.
Meow Mix for our feral kitty colonies, and I updated both our Chewy's shopping list and our wish list and our Amazon wish list, and they are both on our website, which is jjshelpingpaws.org/donate. If they look down at the very, very bottom of that page, there's other ways that they can check out too, ways to help us that are free to them. One of them being the City Market rewards points, and then we're in the process of getting signed up for the Walmart rewards points,
nice.
where there's no cost to the individual shopper. They can just designate the charity, nonprofit that they want to donate that roundup to.
That's awesome.
So that's great. One other last shout out that I wanted to give is to Russ and Wendy. They are the individuals, they're volunteers with us that donated their home basically for our garage sale.
Oh.
We had all of this in their yard, and they catered to us. They made amazing food for the 2 days that we worked, but then they also catered this past weekend at the TNR clinic. I miss the cookies, man. She makes the best cookies. So she does all the baking.
Here's the thing. If you get some more
cookies,
cookies, you can bring by here. I'll happily eat
you'll
them.
have to tell us which one's the best. She makes these cranberry ones that are just to die for, cranberry oatmeal. But we've just had an amazing, successful month, and we're so thankful to the community and our volunteers and everyone. It really does take a village, and so we've had a great month. Now, one thing I did want to point out, we're getting a lot of calls right now for people wanting to surrender dogs. We do not take any dogs. We do not surrender any.
Right, okay.
We can't take them in. We don't have a space for them. So other than us doing the clinic for the dogs this coming weekend, we do have the vouchers for them. We're working on our sales for that when we're going to have them for December because of the holidays. We usually have them the 1st and 3rd, but people can check out our website. They can always give us a call, 719-315-1665, to volunteer, to donate, to talk about vouchers, all the things. They can leave us a message, and we'll get it routed to the correct team.
There we go. Thank you very much. Always a
you.
pleasure.